Rose, answered John. No, there's no car cat right now. Much better. Rose, I have a question, and I am in a hurry, so hurry up and answer. Did you know your planet was on fire? Oh, is it? Yes, it makes a good light for reading, actually. Oh, that's a confusing thing you said, but that topic will have to wait. Jade's minutes away from entering, and I need to decide what to do with this kernel sprite. I really don't want to mess up and do something stupid. I was thinking about not prototyping at all, to not give the monsters any new powers. Well, what do you think, Rose? I thought I'd ask you since you seem to know all the mysteries. Yes, I do seem to be shadowed by each mystery and its somber cortege of riddles, don't I? Yes, that is exactly what I was going to say. First of all, I should preface this conversation by saying I know exactly what you and Jade are going to do. Okay? The more of our future I've been allowed to see, the more I'm presented with a challenge I'm not very comfortable with. The trolls have tipped us off about what's to come without any regard for the consequences, as appears to be their nature. But maybe that's why it's worked for them. Maybe their indiscretion mingles with the cosmic noise that's the fabric of temporal uncertainty. Blah, Rose, tick, tick, tick. Sorry, John. I'm just nervous about this. About whether telling you what you definitely will or won't do will alter a predetermined outcome. The result would be a splintered timeline, and we would all be sentenced to eventual oblivion. I'm presently optimistic this has not happened yet, and this is still the alpha timeline. I'd like to keep it that way. Oh, wow. You mean like when I died in another dimension because Terezi hornswoggled me? Yes, sort of. It isn't much fun, John. What's not? Living for months in an offshoot reality, waiting for the curtain to drop. Oh, okay. I see. Well, is there anything you can tell me? I guess I can permit myself to tell you this, somewhat definitively. What? Failing to prototype the kernel is the absolute worst thing that you could ever possibly do. Like, ever. Oh no. We would come into possession of all the disasters. Exhausted possession. Monopolization, in fact. Then I guess I will not do that. Why is it so bad? Because the battlefield will not be able to heal and then transform. It will not reach the stage which allows it to become ready to receive our universe. But I thought you said it wasn't going to be able to make a universe anyway. Wasn't it barren or something? Yes. So why is this so important? Because if it does not reach this stage, we will not be able to recover the treasure hidden in its core. Which is to say, you will not be able to recover it when you go to sleep again. Oh, well why didn't you say so? Of course the answer is treasure. Yes, this is the treasure that will give us hope. But only if it comes into being in the first place. What is this treasure exactly? John, what is that sound? What sound? I think I hear a ticking noise. Yeah, I gotta go. We can chat about treasure later. Anyway, I'll sort out this prototyping silliness myself. Thanks, Rose. Jade examined the punched card. What the fuck is this? Jade, carved totem. Jade, pester Dave. Dave, are you busy? I don't have much time. I'm about to make my entry item, and it's a little confusing. I think the more players we add, the trickier they are to, activate? Like yours was. I figured we could brainstorm about it while John fusses with the kernel. Hello? Knock, knock, knock. Ooh. Knock, 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 knock. What? Knock, knock, knock. Damn it, Dave, this is really urgent. My glasses are talking to me. My glasses are talking to me. Knock, 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 knock. Dave, visit your paradox sister. Oh, that seems normal. Rose, view John. What? John, wake up? Wait, what happened? Where are you? Is that your... Bill, no! How many times must you say goodbye? No, Nana! Well, at least you're pretty sure she doesn't live in there. She's probably still back at your house baking or something. John, pester Jade. There is no answer. Jade, are you okay? What happened? Oh, gotta chuck the PDA. We need to have John completely abandoned. You were just so frustrated. Wait, why the hell would you do that? What was the point? John, equip your goggles. In spite of being an idiot, you still have a viable remaining communication device. And as fortune would have it, someone is communicating with you now. This girl better have some damn answers. John, answer Rose. John, what happened? You were sleeping. Yes, I know, on the corner of my ghost bed, in the middle of an oil ocean for some reason. Why were you sleeping? Everywhere I look, I see boys taking naps. No idea. I don't remember what happened. I was in the middle of helping Jade, and then I guess my bed crashed, and I got knocked out, I guess. I was dreaming. I couldn't have been out for that long, because my dream was really short. You weren't. 10 minutes, I'd say. What were you dreaming about? I was on the battlefield again, but I did not have time to seek treasures. I wouldn't imagine so. But I did see a black guy wrapped up in my ghosty bed sheets. He was acting very suspicious. A black guy? Not like an African American or something, like Bill Cosby. Thanks for clearing that up. R.I.P. Bill. This fellow had a black hard shell, like all the dead guys do. I followed him for a bit, and then some sort of ruckus transpired, and I woke up, and now Jade won't answer. Do you know if she's okay? She's fine, but you're not. I'm not? Remember how I said your planet was on fire? Oh, yeah, that didn't by any chance stop being a thing that was true, did it? It did not. Do you see that pinkish hue behind you? Bleeding over the horizon? Fuck. Rose, this is all oil. It'll all just explode any second, won't it? I don't think the fire's rate of propagation is quite as fast as you're imagining, but the danger is still significant, especially considering that your bed is sinking. Fuck! Relax. Look to your right. John, look to your right. This will at least buy you some time. If you stay calm and we work together, we can get you out of this. I'm practically an expert at escaping fire by now. Okay, thank you, Rose. Hey, how do you know these things anyway? Can you see me somehow? Yeah, I have a crystal ball. Oh man, really? Yeah, like a magic one? I think so. Can it show you the future? Is that how you know what's gonna happen? No, it can only show me various locations in the present moment, as far as I can tell. My perception of the future has been informed by other sources. Like what? Informants. Durr. Whispering gods, memories sifted from dreams, cryptic readings from unearthed talismans, conclusions drawn from riddles deciphered, every gambit you'd expect a quest to extend to an emerging sphere, just as I presume an heir would be supplied with what's needed for his maturation, assuming he's looking for it. Oh, yeah, point taken. I guess I should be looking, huh? You should probably be doing what you're doing. Okay, so, with what you've learned from your dreams and gods and magic and stuff, do you have it all mapped out now? Do you know everything? I didn't know why you were asleep, did I? Yeah, but neither did I! I have more pedestrian sources too, you know. Sometimes trolls blither tidbits about the future, and I can't help but take notice of it, just as they do with you. You also have access to the Oracle Clouds in Skya, whereas I do not. Oh, yeah. Knowing the future is no remarkable feat here. It appears to be a fact of life. I'm not all that special, John. Okay, but I guess that's not all I'm talking about. You seem a little different. Kind of, spooky? Really? I just mean that before, it felt like we were in this adventure together, figuring stuff out as we went along, and now you have all the answers, because of magic and other mysterious reasons, and you want to use your powers to break the game, and I still don't really understand why. And... I'm not actually trying to caricaturize a grim sorcerer. There's still a perfectly intact piece of my mind which realizes how ridiculous it is to be flying across rainbow oceans with a couple of magic wands and a salamander and a little cowl. And it wasn't without swallowing a little embarrassment that I revealed I was using a crystal ball just now. It's all pretty absurd. And yet, it's been fun. And above all, practical for solving our problems. Okay, yeah, you're right. I guess I just started worrying that you're getting away from us because you know everything and you're magic, and you have a crystal ball and a salamander, and you're basically a wizard. And that's cool, and it sure does sound fun, but I kind of think it was more fun when you just did things like read books and tell jokes. I still read books and tell jokes, John. Ba-dum-tish! John, that was mean. Sorry. Well, if you don't have any objection, maybe later I'll drop by your planet again and rescue you, thus breaking the spooky spell put on you by your nefarious shadowy masters. Swoon. That way you'll stop being so grimdark and ominous and basically completely off the deep end in every way, as is now painfully obvious to anyone with a brain. I will do my best to occupy myself as benignly and unmagically as possible until you show up. Yes, please write some happy stories in your journal about lively horses, and conspicuously not about wizards or sadness. Happy What is this strange, unsad emotion of which you speak? Yes, this is good. You see, Rose, these are jokes. This is what they do. This is what they look like. Do not be alarmed. Jokes? Are those the things people say when they want unusual noises to come out of the pliable crescent-shaped holes sometimes found in people's faces? Laughing, Rose. Laughing. Also, those crescent-y-looking holes where laughs come out of, those are smiles. Observe. I need to make a note of this. Excuse me while I open this tome bound in the tanned, writhing flesh of a tortured hell scholar. The screaming will subside shortly. Okay, I will wait patiently. Continue to not be alarmed as I record your advice with the runes stroked and the black tears bled from the corruption-weary eyes of 50,000 imaginary cultists. And then brace yourself for the fabled Black Death trance of the woe Gothics I will slip into, while quaking in the blood-eldritch throes of the brood-festered tongues. No, Rose! That sort of nonsense is exactly what's out of the question. I see things are more urgent than I realized. I'll have to venture there straight away and slap you right out of that silly old trance. One is not easily shaken from the brood-festered tongues, John. They are stubborn throes. Oh, well, shit. Besides, you can't come to my planet right away. You will need to recover the treasure first, because it must be delivered to me. Oh, yeah, what is this treasure anyway? And how's it going to save us? You'd probably be disappointed if I described it. Well, tell me anyway. Okay, it's called the Tumor. I'm sorry, the Tumor. You're right, that's the shittiest sounding treasure I've ever heard of. So what's this tumor supposed to do? And what's the significance of removing it, I guess? Does that mean I'm curing the battlefield or something? Like the planet's doctor? Hello? Rose? Sorry, I was a little preoccupied. By what? Let's just say troll stuff. You know how it is. Incidentally, it looks like you'll have your own troll stuff to tend to shortly. I will? Yes, involving the one who hates you and the one who likes you. Which ones are those? You don't have a guess? Karkat and Vriska? Oh god, I was right. There they are now. How did you know? I have to go, John. Talk to your trolls. We'll catch up shortly. Wait, there's stuff you didn't tell me. What happened to Jade? Did I mess anything up with prototyping? Why can't I remember this? Don't go yet, Rose. Tell me. Rose! Tentacle therapist ceased pestering ectobiologist. Blah, blah. Huge witch. John, answer the one who hates you. It's me again, asshole. The one who hates you, remember? Or should I say, future remember? Karkat. Again, with knowing my name, it's really fucking unsettling when you do that. I wonder how far back you know it. I'm going to have to make a special point of not being the one to tell you. I don't want to give you the satisfaction. Shut up a second. I need you to be nice for a change and do me a favor. Have you talked to Jade recently? Can you tell me what happened to her? Who the fuck is Jade? John, the fact that you always seem to think I can read your mind just underscores what a harrowing goddamn idiot you are. Jade is the girl who I am pretty sure just entered our session. She's my client player. Oh, you mean the one who fucks everything up? Yeah, I thought you knew that. You talked to her a bunch of times, apparently. Why the fuck would I know that? This is the second time I've ever talked to a human. And the first time, much to my migraine compounding regret, was with you. Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. We're finally getting to our first couple of conversations. Cool. No, not cool! What's going on here is very much antithetical to your primitive human notion of Earth cool. You see, in our first conversation, we didn't exactly get off on the right foot. It is a foot which should have reeked of your verbal ruination, but instead it smelled like, well, let's not get into that. I'm here to do what you and your pathetic cadre of co-humans failed to do, which is set the record straight. I am here to utterly annihilate your shit. I will stay on message this time, and I will not be deterred by your goofy mannerisms and your absurd penchant for reveling in self-abuse. We will get off on a fresh foot, and by fresh, I mean most foul indeed. Its toes are wiggling under your hideous pink nostrils. Now breathe deep your misfortune, you sad little clown. This is the end of you. That aroma you detect wafts from the bouquet perched on your corpse box. Nobody cries, except your shitty ghost. Heavy sobs from a specter of unqualified failure. It is a symphony to my angry ears. So the smell is from a foot, but also from funeral flowers? This metaphor is a little confusing. Shut the fuck up, I'm only getting started. Yeah, I know. This is all that big-time trolling I was looking forward to, and it's pretty good so far, and ordinarily I'd be excited to hear more. You see what I mean? You're actually enjoying this. What a sick fuck. But I really am concerned about what happened with Jade. My request for a favor still stands, even though this is early you, and you still think you hate me. Don't question the sincerity of my hate. Just don't even fucking go there. Okay, fine. You hate me so much, like for real. Can you just tell me what's up with Jade? Can you see her? Yeah, I see her. It's making me mad seeing her. Can you tell me what happened? What did she do that was so bad? Here I am talking to you moments after you did the terrible thing and you still don't even know what you did. Incredible. You truly are dumber than I even thought. Okay, I'm an idiot. Just tell me anyway. Whoa. What? Ground shaking. What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. What you fucking did is what's going on. So tell me what I fucking did. You want to know what you fucking did? Yes! Please! No more stalling, or I already told you, or any other maddening nonsense. Just tell me! Very well, John Human Egbert. I will tell you what you did. Ready for me to tell you what you did? Here's me telling you what you did. Alright, here it goes. What you did is as follows. As such, and thusly. He then proceeded to tell you what you did. As such, and we then proceeded to watch. Thusly. Jade. Enter. You made an unbeatable boss is what you did. The idiot you called the Jade Human went ahead and prototyped her freak of a Lucis, while you decided to take a nap for some reason, rather than doing what a leader is supposed to do, and stop her from making bad fucking decisions. Your version of Jack, who you were somehow dumb enough to entrust with the Queen's ring, became essentially indestructible. He then went on a rampage through your pointless session, which hilariously was already a lost cause even before this happened. I'm just besides myself with the spectacular breadth of your failure. And if this wasn't bad enough, Your solution later would be to open a rift in some glorious gesture of meaningless suicide. And I have no idea how, but the rift you opened enabled him to enter our session, just as we were about to claim our prize. And now we're the ones who have to fucking deal with him. So thanks a lot, shithead. Jade prototyped a Lucis? What's that? Okay, my bad. I forgot I was talking to a member of a generically bizarre alien species. I guess some humans have a Lucis, while others don't. Whatever. Lucis is the creature which serves as her custodian. Oh, you mean her dog, I guess. So she prototyped Becquerel? Why is that so bad? John, do you even know anything about your friends? Is this how human friendship works? You just don't know shit about each other? Her Lucis exhibits the properties of a legendary entity called a First Guardian. It's an absolute monstrosity. What properties? Okay, for starters, notice how the furious wall of fire currently rushing towards you is turned green? Uh-oh. Yeah, those fucking properties. But it's a lot more than that. As the defender of their planets, they're virtually omnipotent. Prototyping one is absolutely unconscionable. The result is a boss a hell of a lot worse than what we had to fight. And we prototyped 12 times rather than a measly 4, and one of our prototyping included an outer fucking god the size of a city. I hope this puts in perspective how terrible you are. Huh. Yeah, it kinda does. I'm sorry, Carcat. I didn't realize we screwed up that bad. All right, well, I wasn't expecting you to man up and apologize for it, so... Okay, I'll give you some credit for that. But it's not stopping me from detesting you, and it sure as fuck isn't going to derail this runaway hate train, just so you know. Oh, yeah, I know. You're really going to tear me apart. I just feel kind of bad I fell asleep. I don't know what came over me. Maybe I ate too much lasagna? Hey, inopportune naps happen in this game. Except to me. Being the stalwart model of leadership I am, I managed to stay awake for several weeks straight. I didn't even want to let my guard down for a second. And then after it was all over and we retreated in failure, I foolishly did. And that's when I saw him. Who? Jack. I didn't recognize him when he first appeared, but on Prospect I saw him up close, without all that ridiculous green shit obscuring him. I could hardly believe it was really him by the way he looked, but I just knew. He was wearing a ring I didn't recognize, certainly not one belonging to our queens. We destroyed those. He wore it on his one hand, which was covered in our mutant blood, and then, just like that, he killed me. And I guess, even though it was probably just his way of saying hi, I still felt kind of betrayed. Betrayed? Yes, John. Betrayed. Okay. When I woke up, everyone here was buzzing about these aliens called humans, so naturally I'm like, who gives a shit, right? Well, wrong. I pretty quickly determined that he was from your session, not ours. He wasn't really my Jack, and I was sort of relieved. Relieved, but also enraged. I'm sure you know the feeling. Not really. Dogged. Anyway, that's what happened, and that's why you're such a disgrace. It's probably the last time I'll ever explain all this stuff to you, because I can't imagine it will help my headache much to repeat myself. I bet it'll be pretty frustrating for you in the past. I suppose it was, but meh, it's all water under the bridge, which is where trolls and their shenanigans belong. Ha ha! I'm laughing my ass off at your funny fucking joke. I hope this is the caliber of humor I can expect from you in the future past, Egbert. It'll be a real treat trolling you with more than these nub slappers to look forward to. Oh, there'll be lots of great material. Just wait until I start handing out rabbits. You'll love that. Wow, what a cryptic statement. Check this out. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, guess I'll get going and let you die in your fire, which you really should, but you're obviously not going to for some reason. I've got to rewind the tape on this clusterfuck and figure out what went wrong. Yeah, I should get going too. My friend is pestering me, and I doubt she likes to be kept waiting. She's sort of the bossy type. Why would I care about your dumb human friend and her petulant, meaningless demands? What could that possibly have to do with me? Yeah, you're right. It's possibly of no significance to you whatsoever. Here, John Human Dipshit, for a second and penultimate time, fuck you. Fuck you. May it mark the second of many, many more to come, and the magnificent denouement to many received. Together we just tugged at the bow to unravel a present full of go fuck yourself. Happy wriggling day, you ugly pile of trash. Wayward Vagabond. Examine the 4th station. There's something familiar about this. Wayward Vagabond. Examine Pumpkin. You feel as though there's something you've forgotten. Something concealed in long slumbering memories? Wayward Vagabond. Examine the ring. You've not inspected your treasure in years. You've spent ages guarding it without understanding its purpose. Its only purpose you have understood has been to remind you of things you have taken care to forget, but now you think it is time to remember. Wayward vagabond, remember. Of course, the boy on the screen. He's the same one. You do not know how it is possible, but you're sure it's him. John is the boy you saw that day. John is the windy one. Wayward vagabond, defend treasure. Egad, a thief approaches. This pajamaed rogue surely seeks to put his mitts on your newfound glowy treasure. He is definitely a thief. You have an eye for these types. He's either a master thief himself, or at the very least, an apprentice of one. John, wake up again. Back to the present. Wayward vagabond, command the thief's apprentice. There is so much left for him to do. So, John, I have politely returned. Yes, and it seems you have remembered your human etiquette as well. John is busy at the moment. He's talking to his friend. Oh dear, the purple text human again? Yes, her. What about the green text human? That one's so much nicer. John is asking about her, but to no avail. She's currently preoccupied. Drat! Please continue to solicit her graciously, good John. He will. Why are you on a small rock? Are you in peril, sir? Why, yes, he is in peril. He was stranded out there on account of a nap instigated by the one he apprentices under. The master thief. Is that who you're talking to now, John? No, he's talking to the knight. I don't like the great text knight. It's an unpleasant human. He is not a human. John, stop talking to the great text not human immediately. No, stop. I don't think he read this etiquette book very thoroughly. He likely made the foolish mistake of eating the pages first. He is terrible. John, listen to me. John, stop. Boy, listen to me. Stop talking to the great text, stupid, windy boy. John, stop. John is too engrossed in the conversation to entertain your wishes. Stop. The matter he is discussing is quite urgent. Perhaps he'll humor you another time. Ah, so that's your plan, is it? Yelling will get you nowhere, don't you remember? Wayward vagabond. Push it. Caps lock. Lock down. Oh, what did Serenity say? Is it another OMG? Whoopsie daisy. Oh, N? Oh no! How does that? That's not physically. Whatever. I don't care. Caps lock. You see what happens when you forget your manners? Apprentice. Answer thief. Psst. Hey, brave leader. John, stop ignoring me. My messages should receive top priority. Who are you talking to? I don't appreciate being snubbed like this. How ungrateful can you get? Man, come on. Hey, Vriska. Sorry to keep you waiting. Waiting? Oh, I guess so. I hardly even noticed. I'm like this really huge deal and have a lot of stuff to keep me busy, remember? Yeah, I know. Sorry to cut this short, but this isn't really the best time to chat. I'm in the middle of the ocean of oil that's ablaze with a lot of green fire. I need to figure out how to get out of here. Unfortunately, I fell asleep for some reason. My bed landed here. I can't believe I was so stupid. Don't beat yourself up about it. I was the one who put you to sleep. You were? Yeah. You can do that? Yes, that seems to be the limit of what I can do to your primitive species. I guess our brains don't really work the same way. Who knows? Huh. What do you mean, limit? Are you saying you can usually do a lot more than that? Duh, so much more, John. I have a lot of really great powers. When we have more time, I'll tell you all about them. Okay, that's pretty cool, I guess, but why? Why would you put me to sleep and put me in this predicament? John, soon you will understand that you're meant to rise to greatness. This can't possibly happen unless you're challenged. There will be times when your limits are tested. This is one of those times. I know this because I can see your future right here in front of me. You should trust me. Okay, but I kind of get that, but it's also kind of odd. If you're seeing my future and you know these things are the outcome, then why are you going back and, I guess, involving yourself with these events? Do you see what I mean? Oh, John, this should be obvious to you by now. You're going to become a great hero. That much is sure, but I want to be the one responsible for it. and now I am pretty much guaranteed to be. Okay, that sort of makes sense, I guess, but it's kind of hurting my head to think about it. You don't have to think. Just leave the thinking to me. All you have to do is dig deep down, find your hero powers, and get yourself out of this jam. You can do it, John. Be the hero. Just like in one of your movies about sweaty, rugged adult human males. Aha! So you did watch that video I sent. What did you think? It was okay. I admit it was a little better than I expected. Yes, I knew it. But who cares about that? Let's not get sidetracked by films about wounded, muscular renegades. By the way, John, have you ever considered growing your hair out? I bet it would look fantastic. Nah, it'd look pretty stupid. You don't know about that. I have an eye for fashion. 8 of them, in fact. I thought you didn't want to get sidetracked. Yeah, whoops. Anyway, putting me to sleep and landing me in hot water is one thing, but you sort of indirectly created a much bigger problem. Before I fell asleep, I was about to prototype something really ridiculous to make Jack weaker. I'm pretty sure it would have made Jack lose both eyes, both arms, and give him silly blue hair, and possibly also make him a girl. He probably would have been pretty easy to beat, but instead, it was prototyped by Jade's first guardian dog, Lucis, and now he's unstoppable. And he becomes the one who's stirring up all the trouble in your session too. I mean, it sounds like your intentions were good, but you probably didn't realize to what extent you were messing everything up. Don't be absurd, John. Of course I knew what I was doing. It pretty much was the whole point, you goof. What? Frisco, why would you do that? Chicas, calm down. But no, why should I calm down when you just said you deliberately sabotaged all of us? Relax. Listen, John, regardless of what I did, he's already here. I know this consequence will be hard for you to accept, but whenever you feel angry or confused about it, just repeat this to yourself. It should become your mantra. He is already here. Say it, John. But what does that even mean? It means what it sounds like. He's already here. Here in our session, trying to hunt us down. Man, this should be elementary to you by now. No matter what you or I or any of us did, Jack's here now. That's the reality. If I didn't stop you, I wouldn't have changed the reality for us here. We'd still be hiding on this rock, and he'd still be out there sniffing around for us. He wouldn't just disappear. That's not how this time stuff works. All that really would have happened is I would have allowed you to do something you weren't supposed to do. You would have prototyped with your pretty blue doll, because of course deep down you know you're obsessed with me, and then you and all your friends would exist in a splinter timeline and you wouldn't even be able to talk to me anymore. And then you'd be doomed. I mean, more doomed than you are already. Trust me, I'm really smart. I have this all figured out. I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, it kind of does, but something doesn't really add up about it. If you knew he was going to be created regardless of what anyone did, why'd you decide to involve yourself in that way? Like the way you're involving yourself with me becoming a hero or whatever? You just answered your own question. I did it because I wanted to be the one responsible for creating him. But why? Because, John, it only makes sense that I would be one to create him, since I am going to be the one to kill him. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Don't be that way. Just because you have your whole reckoning ahead of you to kill Jack and somehow fail, doesn't mean you have to be bitter about it. I'm not bitter. I just think your plan is really dumb. If he's as strong as Karkat says, he'll probably just kill you. Karkat doesn't know nothing about anything. He never really appreciated how powerful I became. Nobody did. I am easily the strongest troll by far. I am also extremely lucky. That is one of my powers, John. Being super lucky and making my foes super unlucky. Is luck actually a thing? Yes, and I've got all of it. I am completely untouchable. You sound pretty cocky. You should be careful about that. It's totally how people have big-time downfalls, especially when they act kind of nefarious. Nope, I don't have to be careful. Too lucky for caution to matter anymore. Them's the breaks. But don't worry. Once all said and done in your session, and by some incredibly lucky break of your own to manage to survive the scratch, we might actually get the chance to meet. And if so, assuming I haven't gotten too bored waiting around and mopped the floor with Jack already, maybe we can take him down together. Wow, I'm not sure who would make me more nervous, you or Jack. John, that's something a loser would say. Come on. You should have no reason to be scared of me. By the time I'm through with you, you should be even more stronger than I am. This is the way it ought to be, I think. You really think we'll meet? It is a distinct possibility. So, if we meet, are you going to, what? Like, when you see me. John, what the fuck are you trying to say? Karkat said you might, what? Jeez, I don't know, never mind. You shouldn't listen to anything that Loudmouth says. He's had his shot being in charge, and he failed miserably. It's my turn now. Scratch that. Our turn. Blah, if you say so. Now quit whining and get yourself out of this mess. dig down deep inside that pink, nerdy little torso of yours, find your awesome hero mojo, and do what you're about to do. I'll talk to you again after you figure it out. Bye, heart. Wait! What am I going to do? Oh, there was an 8 though on that. You don't deserve 8. Whoops. Joan, I apologize in a mannerly way for my big letters. Come on, you can't both yell and try to be polite at the same time. It's one or the other. But I must urge you to address this danger. The danger currently has John's full attention. What would you like him to do? Why don't you do the windy thing? John has no idea what the windy thing is. Maybe you could be more descriptive? Boy, you're being very stupid. Do the windy thing. Make it blowy and gusty, you fool. You can't die yet. You are a hero. Not in the tasty fire. Make the breeze happen. Do the windy thing. He really has no idea. Better hurry. He's in big trouble. Do the windy thing. Do the windy thing. And then John suddenly does the windy thing. Huh. Fly, pupa, fly. Oh, hey. Who's pupa? Nobody, just some loser. Look at what you did. Look at that, though. You did it. Did what? You mean the windy thing? Dream bubbles. In his dream, he is the prophet. It's him. Ah. I slept and saw God's forge in frost. Its hearth was quelled, and it cooled, so swooned the verdant sea it kept above. In slumber it grew thick winter skin, white as bed sheets. In their folds the waker dreamt, her breath as steam, her touch as hot as iron, forgotten in the fire. Oh, that this too solid flesh, would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew.